Awo ya you. You will lay a desire. Then I'd wear that power. Basically, via Yatia, this again. I say, oh, me, I'm right. And by doing you, I'm a portrait of my trade there. Well, on it goes away. Alas, I go that Giano, and I will say you. Papa Mora, get me up when anywhere, Momba Sivole. Sivole. L'arrangeur parmi national, très trop fort. Puis à quoi ben moi passer so where that you go yeah. À moi ça il faut. Dia bio. Do a play you ba ko mo nya o. Papa yin guitar, petit, blazo fait sonner. Kaidaka. Bena paya posa gogo mambo panjago. Apo blo akafwe. Wa posa nyoka fwe. Pe afonte mo bandi yo kwa kleju kiyen. Nyonjo si mwen. Poso kata tuyo pe atinyo di won. Emo o. Nesse to kan. Is a book where they play. Go on, yeah, I can't salute. Post to a gather to your way, I dream on the one. Emma, Nesetoka. Now, with is a book where they play. Go on, yeah, can you get? Now, conquering your bed when I know sound safely on it. Hey, I do. Let's do what you just grab the one. Say your book on you. Are you now? Saibo Bodachi, and now we say you over. I want to your Kamala, need a boy and well. And yes, I'm going to buy the good mwege. Hey, Imo, am I gay? One of what I want, I guess me, I'm done, and it well. Oh, ow. Bobo that Giano and I will say you will. So like it, I'm going to never go. Netoni and Rayo. Hey, are you? A book like just a word, yeah, I'm a walking ever. Kaidaka, when it was to work, I go to net in the milk of way. I just know. This is what I say. Saibo, yeah, la loi de mon pays, moi ne mon télé c'est by Botiamu, la Yuada. Planning Papa, Benegasia, Baka on Lage, the PSC, the PSC, the Tonya Sido, you cannot Moania, there was a ball, was a dressy, Mambo, Palipo, Takiano, and I will say you over. I will. Saibo. To a black blind do it so say. I just want to lay a bat to an hour you see you okay. Wait, Ivo, Saibo Boba. And they get up and block where John B. Banglo. On the Kriana walk like a bad day, the noir. Eh, Joseph was said. Son of one, you're not really time, claim the soule. Say. Saibo that Giano and I will say you over. I'm done it. Where are you? Two of away. And no Roswell. Baby Roswell. South Africa, your part, your way. Thank you for your work and my one. I'm the Pope and Yagu. Don't feel it, I say, oh, Pavonion. Say, back in what we are coming. Saibo that Giano and I will say you over. Aba pepo swelu ninde swelu kwa muzelu manje dota siko bala Babo no ase pepo swelu muzo bloke Say ya re ase baye no Ken one day yeah Yo pample yo se mo le ya now Ariwo ase o baye Amo amora da o Saibo de Giano and I will say you I wish a rule of the baye. So, Saibo, 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 that young man that will take you. Mop madame le maire, oui, dans your man, don't you? When you know I say, it's a mayo. That was where you also want to. Amora Ginola,
good evening, folks. Samson to Labro Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again tonight to say thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. We appreciate it immensely. Please, whatever you do tonight, please share this video. Share it to as many people as possible. We're here again tonight to discuss and have a conversation with you all. We love the fact that you're here and joining us again tonight. Let's have fun together. Let's discuss whatever it is that is on our mind, all about Liberia, folks. And I want to thank all of you again tonight. Please share this video to as many people as possible so they will be able to join us and let us have conversation. It's very wonderful to have you again tonight. We're here before you, and we will be having a conversation again tonight. It's good to be here. Thank God, thank God. Safety, Lord Jesus. We want to thank you again this evening. As we come before you again, my Lord, tonight, we ask our brothers and sisters that are not in peace and finding it difficult to find peace, please come into their lives. Come into their lives, provide the peace so they can be free. These are vibrant people. These are people that used to move around, but because of some circumstances, they are unable to move. But we ask you to step in because we believe in you. We know that you have the ability to do so, and we pray that indeed you will step in and provide peace. Yes. My Lord, we ask again that the Republic of Liberia be blessed, that the people of the Republic of Liberia be blessed, that the President of the Republic of Liberia be blessed. Whatever he touches in the interest of the Liberian people, that indeed his hand will be blessed. Whichever door he knocks on, my Lord, that indeed the door will be open in your name for the Liberian people. Because without you, we're going nowhere. With you, we're going far off, and we know that. We ask you to continue to shine the lights for all of us, because without your light, we cannot see. Even if our eyes are open, your light is what we see. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you for everything you do. We thank you for all that you continue to do for all of us. My Lord, we ask that you bless the host country, the United States of America. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you for joining us again tonight. As usual, we're here to discuss Liberia and issues of Liberia. But we're going to take a different trend here tonight. From time to time, we come out here, we make our statement. And those of you that are able to join me, please do so. I sent a link out already. So let me start here tonight. And sometimes we come out here and we say, oh, we're going to be talking Tabata. But I think these are far beyond Tabata now. The conversation we're having, they're far beyond Tabata. And I think many of you that listen to us and continue to follow us, first of all, we appreciate that. We really, really do appreciate it, because I think you guys have, because of you encouraging us to be here, and we're encouraged to be here every night. But let's do this here. Let's do this here. The liberal is here. The liberal is here. He's not going to go anywhere. But things are just going somewhere not comfortable. You see, when we come on this platform and open our mouths as an analyst, as a host, don't worry about it. You want to join me? Join me. Hey, you join me tonight. You take that how you tell you Tabata, I will pack you in the garage. I'm playing with you tonight. I'm not playing with you. I pray, but that doesn't mean I can be yama with you. And don't think that because I pray now that I gotta be all that. No, God said no. God said no. But anyhow, let me continue with it. When we come on this platform, we say something. which sometimes people portray us as though we're just joking. No, serious. I predicted from day one, immediately after Prince Justin died, I predicted Coca has won the election. And here's the reason. And I'm going to say again, you might think say I'm being ridiculous, but that's my middle name anyway. What up, CDC go? Unity Party go to Nima County. Vice President Kuhn go to Nima County. Coca was going to win the election. No way around it. No way around it. And I like this way the Coca presented himself. I like that. Because what did he do? What did Coca do? Coca immersed himself into the guild culture. Truly, truly immersed himself. All that young people are talking, he was just being quiet, going, making sure that the guild culture is being promoted. Who's going to reject that among the guild tribe? Who's going to say no to Coca? Nobody. Nobody. Let me just say this here also, and I'll be ridiculous on this. When I was growing up, there used to be a guy, I'm not too sure whether he was dead then, but they call him White. He was from Blood Diala, something, but the man can sing. The man can sing. You know how they can play that thing? Oh my goodness. But the reason I'm bringing this up is the culture. It's the culture. The Gyo people. Because I grew up with many of them in Bapa area. They can wrestle the culture. And so I'm saying again that when we come out here, we predict. It doesn't mean we don't know what we're talking about. I came out here during the election of the speakership of the Republic of Liberia House of Representatives. I told you that Franti Kova was going to win. I told you that if President Baka wanted to succeed, that he should indeed allow Coca and put his weight behind Franti Kofa to win. Because I predicted. And then not only was I predicting, because I know Kofa. Because Kofa is all about Liberia. Kofa is most of the thing he does is about Liberia. I served with this man for years in the Liberty Party, in the higher level, executive level. So I know we have conversation. Everything Kofa talk about, how Liberia going to benefit. Because of that, when Kofa went home, he alone was bankrolling assets. Kofa was bankrolling Liberty Party for years. For years. Was bankrolling Liberty Party. Liberty Party was on his bike. People came from there and were telling me how much money Kofa used to carry in the banks for Liberty Party to spend. All because he wanted Liberia to succeed. During the election, we told you that Kofa should be allowed and should be voted for to be the Speaker of the House of Representatives. Because I knew who Kofa was. Because I knew if Franti Kofa had won the election to be Speaker, he would not put party first. He would put Liberia first. And another political guru from Minnesota, the nothing liberals that people can count on, came up. Oh no! You can't have that. Any speaker, any president, any country, the president must have his own speaker. How you bring different party speaker to lead the president's speech? The man will not allow him to carry out his agenda. And I explain here. I say you guys don't know who we're talking about. Kofa is not about party. It's about Liberia first. And of course, the rest was history. Kofa won. And every one of those people that were criticizing here, my view, they came around and they ate crow here. Samson told. They came here, the northern Minnesota politician, the northern Minnesota liberal that people can count on, but the northern liberal, when things are tough, and I tell they back up. Because the 1 minute, they back you. Oh yeah, where were you? Then the Southern liberal, I don't mind dealing with them. The liberal from the South, they will speak their mind. They said, they're not with you, they're not with you, they're not going to play, but nothing liberal, they're always like that. Okay? Oh, Benedict, I come start looking for flower again this evening. Man, okay. I'm ready for you again. I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you. But let me go on. So, they came on here, and the Ekro, we saw when Ferrati won, he started working with President Bakai. In fact, because of that many of sedition that are now on the other side, it was because of that. They said that he was taking the lead for the government. No, it was not that. Kofa thing was, how do we get Liberians and Liberia to benefit from whatever it is that we're doing here to govern this country? Now, let's put all that aside. Flanty started, and many of us, Flanty should not resign. First of all, if I were to stay as if Flanty would resign, I was going to be joking, because knowing who Flanty is, he's not going to resign. It's the rule of law. And as law, it has to do with law abiding. Flanty Kofa will be on that side. The young man, after his debacle that time, what happened here with him in the United States, since then, Flanty Kofa resigned that whatever he does in public and even in private, that it will be all about law. Nothing else. That we must respect the rule of law and we must be transparent. And some of us that know Flanty, we knew exactly he was not going to resign. He didn't resign. He stood his ground. And the sad thing was, many of the people that was trying to overthrow him, many of them, when his building got burned, these people came on board and helped him, give him money, and he announced that. Jerry has just joined me. Hold on, let me bring in Jerry here. Jerry, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Let me go on with my opening here this evening. And so, those of us that knew Flanty, we knew he wasn't going to resign. He wasn't going to resign. The people who now, after him, many of them put money together and was sharing tears pretty much for his side and burning his house. And he acknowledged that. Now, he went to Vatican with President Bakai. While he was there, this thing happened. This is why I fought President Bakai. I think the whole thing here is I drop it right in front of the president's doorstep. Of course, it's not the president's business what happened in the House of Representatives. But even if it is not your business, you should be upset that you will be in foreign country with a guy and they tried to overthrow that guy. Why is he in foreign country? Why will you not tell the House of Representatives you do whatever you want to do, but that you are disgracing or put yourself on record? Put yourself on record that these type of behavior are unacceptable. You're the president of the Republic of Liberia. You're traveling with a speaker, and this kinds of thing happen. You should put yourself on record. Not that you don't support it, you make it clear. Whatever you guys do in the House of Representatives is none of my business. But I'm traveling with your speaker, and you want me and the speaker to stay here while you try to disgrace him? You are disgracing us, the Liberian people. Wait until the man get there. You want to do whatever it is you want to do and put yourself on record. He didn't do that. Flanty Kofa came back. And immediately when they find that, President Baka allows his representatives, his members of his administration to go sit in front of people who Liberians believe that they were illegal. And many of the Liberians were not lawyers. But President Bakai sat there and allowed these people to go sit. He permitted them to go sit in front of these people. After that, this is the man Kofad, who have already consulted you, having consultation with you in how to move Liberia forward. When you came up with your agenda, a rest agenda, Kofad was one of those that were promoting that agenda. And then because of the illegal behavior, you allow people to put you in a bubble. And I've been saying this over and over. You allow people to put you in a bubble. And you are unable to remove yourself in the bubble. I can't help you, President Wakai. I can only talk about it. Let Liberian people see it. Now, only that, you paid a call against Frantikova in the House of Representatives election. Frantikova flag Kung. Then you're going to bring Kung again. Illegally, President Wakai. You brought Kung illegally. And then, not only that, you decide the man who you went with to the Vatican to pray together. To pray together. You're going to sit here and remove. He was elected, duly elected. And you know the law, President Wakai. You know the rules. He was never removed legally. But you decided you're going to take away his immunity. You took away the police. You took away his security. You took away car, whatever it is. And Frantikova decided to take you, President Waka, and the rest of the people to the classroom of the law of the Republic of Liberia. He took you and your group to the Supreme Court. You think you're free from this election, from this decision? And that's why you came up with a kind of ridiculous statement, President Waka. I said so. This is unacceptable. Look where we are. You are the father of the nation. You are the father of the nation. We all cry before you. We come before you. We cry to you. But this one, President Waka, you let it slip out of your hands, I believe. And when the Supreme Court gave you a way out, the Supreme Court came out and gave you the way out. You did not take that. You came up with a statement that many Liberians are still blaming you for that statement. Say that in fact they are interpreting the statement to say that you will work with the majority. The Supreme Court came out and told these young people, go back and do it all over. You never injected yourself in this conversation. You said they will play it out. We don't do that. You know this. These are some of the things that took us to the war. People believing that they are above the law. Somebody wrote today about President Doe have been given by the speaker, giving the president authority to spend whatever money, whatever he can find money in our country to buy ammunition because the war coming, ammunition, the border, and whatever it is. Look what we are. And the Supreme Court came out and said, what these people, whatever election they have, is illegal. And you have your cabinet minister, and up to this time, you have not rebuked any of the cabinet minister, any of the officials. They're condemning the statement from the Supreme Court. And the people they like Mo Ali, who some of us believe should be one of those founding father, the new founding father, because Mo Ali has always been on the side of the law. What happened this time? I don't know. But it's unacceptable. Look at the people dragging your name in the mud and making you President Waka, the father of the nation, the people making your rescue train look like banana tree. Your rescue train, the beautiful rescue train you put together, it looks like some kind of banana tree photo with so palm water. Unacceptable. We stood here, some of us were dancing for you, being disgraced publicly. People were laughing at us, ridicule. And this is getting too much. We have to speak out now. I still support, but we have to speak out. The Supreme Court already told you that these people's behavior is unacceptable. Look what happened. When you came out after you make that statement, I will work with any quorum. which is okay. But look at this, the people you have respected, you give a minute to giving car security. He even called himself speaker. He called himself speaker. He said, Honorable Kuhn, representative. Now they're going back to the Supreme Court asking for re-argument. The same Supreme Court, when it came from a member of your administration, were making all the big mouth for nothing, big mouth, nothing behind it. But because they're in power. And that's what people are saying. You will soon leave from power. What you will do then? What you will do? Go back and start cutting jabu here and there. Because the other people coming, they will not employ any of you. You told you already, the CDC told power, none of your unity party will find job in your government. They told you already. You're there doing these kinds of stuff. And this is what we talk about. It's time for some of us to speak out truthfully. I come out here and be ridiculous every night because I believe in the president's agenda. But when the action of the president and whoever is there, their action is crowding and stamping the agenda, we have to speak. We have to speak. We can't hold back. We cannot hold back. And so I'll say they want to go to the court. The court say, okay, well, we're here. But let's see if the court going to change. If the court changes, it's a court. The court can change. If they change, so be it. But up to this time, Flantikofa, the court have not told you that don't do business with Flantikofa. Up to this time, you have not provided security to Flantikofa. Even though Flantikofa really don't want speakership. But what make you think that anybody that from camp, Flantikofa camp, and become speaker, that person will not look at your agenda critically and start questioning some of the things you guys do? Let me bring in Jerry. Jerry, thank you for joining me. I thought that I speak my mind here tonight. And then you have the liberty to disagree with me vehemently if you care. Whatever way you want to do, please join me and let's hear from you.
Thank you. Thank you for having. What a ridiculous statement here this evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching LPR. Even though it's a liberal, but there's a liberal. So liberal must have had a different view this evening. What? You think President Walker would take Konante Kofa preconceived ideas that he would take the sitting speaker? These are conspiracy theory. There's
no. I didn't say no, but I did. Don't say well. No, but I did not say. I did not say no, Jerry. I did not say no. But if you're going to learn your premise of argument, learn it on facts. I did not say that President Walker took him with precondition. I said he took him over there, and why these people were doing the President Walker did not put himself on record to reject or even frown on it.
That's what I'm saying. Right. Because I mean, it was preconsidered, and he took the man. Hold on. Knowing the photo well, and Mr. Walker have not reacted or did not say anything, and this man was illegally removed from his speakership. That's ridiculous. That conspiracy theory is not going to fly here, and I'm not going to sit down here and let it pass. Second thing you said, his house was burned. The speaker himself, Mr. Kofa, said a house was burned. They were doing renovation, not because of the burning house. That's. I mean,
no, but you're making. Hold on, Jerry. Hold on, Jerry. It seems to me you have no argument because I said when Frankie Kofa house got burned, when his house got burned, many of the people that are now want him out came to his aid and gave him money and prayed with him. That's what I said.
All right. Okay. All right. But here's the thing. From the onset of the whole thing, this saga has been going on now for how many months now? Going to 7 months. All right? Going to 7 months. Who is the victim in the whole thing? It's we, the Liberian people, are the victim. There's no bill have been passed. There's nothing have been done for the past 7 months. And these people collect their salary, collect their salary, and they live the luxury life. And man, Titi, man, sitting in the market tonight. She living a zinc shack. And these are the people who are the voter are the victim in the whole process. Let's be honest. And it is time for the Liberian people hereafter. It is time for the Liberian people. 2029. I hope we are not forgotten, or they will not forget. 2029. It's time to do a reevaluation on what's going on and what is happening, and to see who are the people we gave power to and to whom we elected to be our representative, senator, and up to the president level. Because the people who you elected, they appoint the speaker. They will have to elect the speakers for the speaker to run the affair of the country. So these are the two. The third thing I want to say here, I will come back. The third thing I want to say here is the duration of the presidency and the speakership and the Senate. Let me say the speaker. The duration of the president and the Senate and the House of Representatives is too long. It was done purposely to so-called progressive.
Stop hauling bullshit. Stop hauling all kind of things in the conversation tonight.
No, hold on, come in. Hold on.
You have no defense.
No, I come in. What do you mean I got no defense? I come in. Look, listen. I
will bring you out of your chair tonight. Jerry, believe me. I knew you were coming. I will bring you out of your chair tonight. Either you agree with me or you vehemently disagree with me with some facts.
No, I'm giving you facts.
Yeah, but what President Baga ridiculous behavior? What that have to do with Senate, Representative, and the president having too long?
These are too long because these are the people who are making the law of the nation. So you fail to realize who make the law of the nation. Is that the president make the law of the nation? Zero. The president don't make the law. The lower house, the first branch of government, they make the law. You know how many years they got? 6 years. And the duration is long. And these so-called progressive, the other people. Huh?
I agree with you.
Okay. These so-called progressive.
Let me bring you back. You said you
they don't want
since you try to deviate or diverge from this conversation, I'll bring you back. Let me bring you back.
I lay the foundation. I lay the foundation for you see. But listen, I'm laying the foundation before I get to the Supreme Court, because the Supreme Court,
the foundation already settling. You even put black on it yet.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. I have not even put black on it, but I laid the foundation.
You have a settlement in the foundation already. That means you did not compact the soil for which you built the foundation.
For our radio listener, the listing how the government function, and we took survey from high school. So most of the people don't know survey how the government function, how the government start. So it's just an introduction to government.
Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for educating me on that. But let me say this. Jerry. Let me say this. Look, this government, and I can go back and bring video. I stood in public here dancing for the president. Whenever the president makes speech somewhere, I will come out and read it in its entirety. I will convince people that President Baka is the best person, which I still believe he was, and he still is. Jerry, the point here is this. You're suggesting to me that these people are not able to pass a bill. It is President Baka doing.
Are you kidding me? No, listen. We got three equal branches of government. How would the president say that you shouldn't pass bills in your house?
Forget that equal branch.
How would the president sit and say you are doing power bill from a government to function?
No, but let me say this.
Nah,
the equal branch business does not fool us anymore. The equal branch business does not.
That's a conspiracy theory that the president will sit in the president of the Republic of Liberia.
Let me say this to you. Let me say this to you. President Baka is the father of the nation. President Baka was elected not because people love him. He was elected because people rejected President George Weah.
Precisely.
Okay. President Baka, vote he got, well, not because of his ability to lead. It was the rejection of President Weah. So those kinds of vote that comes to you, there's something you're supposed to cherish. When the election started, he pit Richard Kuhn against Kofa. True. Richard Kuhn is a Unity Party member. And the president deserves his own speaker.
Show me
I
evidence.
agree. Huh?
Evidence.
That,
Proof.
evidence of what? That
Show the
Richard
proof.
Kuhn
Where's
is
the proof? Where's the proof? Where's the proof?
Richard Kuhn, not a Unity Party member?
No, I thought you said President Waka was the instigator between Kuhn and Kofa.
You see, you just chopping all the thing all over the place tonight. You just chopping everything here tonight. You will not hold. This is the liberal you're dealing with. You're not going to hold. Let me repeat myself. I said
I didn't want to liberal. I just wanted facts.
Okay. During the yeah, he's on a court room here. Yeah, got a court room for me to come produce evidence already. But let me make my point. President Waka during the election, he supported Richard Kuhn against Franti Kofa. Agree?
That's a liberty. He had a right to support.
Listen, let's go one at a time.
You had to support him.
Let's go one at a time. Okay, you agree with me. The point here is, I was here arguing that indeed Kofa deserved to be speaker because Kofa is going to work with President Waka to make sure his agenda had achieved. And when Kofa won the election, he didn't put party above the country. And because of that, of his working relationship with Waka, President Waka started turning towards Kofa and really liking him. If he didn't like Kofa, he wouldn't invite him with him to go to Vatican. They went. Okay. My point here, Jerry, is this. You can't play father, and then 1 minute one thing I had, then you say, oh, you're on your own. That is unacceptable in my book. Everything in this place I've been saying, my argument has always been President Waka is the father of the nation. The president says in the Republic, and you know this, Jerry, this is why you guys come out when you're arguing yesterday last night. I would say, I don't even know the need to join the people because tonight if I join it on Sunday. You know, the presidency in the Republic of Liberia is referenced. People refer to the president as though he king. What President Waka going to say in Liberia that will not hold, Jerry, honestly? What President Waka, what kind of thing President Waka will say in our country that people are going to reject? Honestly, if President Waka have injected himself into this thing here, the way he did, allowing his people to go sit in front of illegal people, if President Waka has injected himself, because what they did when they were in, that's a disgrace to all of us, including President Waka. As president, you're traveling with a speaker. And while you're traveling with a speaker, something, they try to overthrow him back home. And you didn't make no comment. And when you came back, why were people not accuse you now of misbehaving? Because when you came back, instead of frown on it, you sent people from your administration to go sit in front of these guys, recognizing them immediately. Not only that, you allow people to convince you to take Franti Kofa immunity away. Knowing further well, President Waka, know further well that these people, the removal of Franti Kofa was illegal. Of course, then let's find a room to hide President Waka now, because the Justice Minister came out and said, oh, that's legal. So we hide President Waka. But as a father of the nation, you knew this thing was not going to go well during the state of the nation. Because of this kinds of impasse, the Supreme Court were not there. Because of this issue, the Capitol building, people believe got burned. I don't believe that, but people believe got burned. Yeah, we are, Jerry. Yeah, we are. Now, the Supreme Court have ruled totally that these people were illegal, their behavior was illegal, and Franti Kofa is the speaker. When will President Waka accept The Supreme, you want to tell me that he also said, oh, okay, Supreme Court, I acknowledge. Acknowledge? You're president of the country and you say you acknowledge Supreme Court ruling? Okay, you acknowledge it. Are you there now to implement the Supreme Court ruling? You have no tools. You can't implement that because that's the people's house. Fine. But yet, guess what? You're the one that provided security for the speaker. It is not part of the House of Representatives rule that you must provide security for the speaker. You providing that because you want him to stay. And when people accuse you, then people wondering why they're unacceptable. President Baka, he's still the father of the nation. Yes, what I'm going to say, then I'll turn it over to you. The opposition that I don't even trust, because I know they will have a self-destructive opposition. They always have self-destructive mechanism within among themselves anyway. They don't trust each other. So you got Bernard Ure, Ellis Comey, and Joe. We are working. That's a joke. They're not going to go anywhere. But that's not the issue. They are now getting legs, and when they put people in the street, your government will be crippled. And President Baka is not a violent person. And since you know you are not a violent person, don't put yourself in a position where you will make rulings that will portray you as a violent person. And at night you can't sleep. Because when people push people in the street and your police go over and somebody go, I know President, he will not sleep at night. Because he's not a violent person. Why put yourself in that kind of position? Because two people from Sano County trying hard for power and you are unable. People respected you and brought you in to remove the most popular Liberians among us. The most popular Liberian among us. And the people trusted you and you were able to remove him. Not because you're popular, not because your leadership is so above anything else, but when you told the people, I have a plan, I have rescue plan. This is not part of the rescue plan. These people are trying to sabotage the rescue plan. And we're not going to just sit down here think that some of us work hard for. We're not going to sit down here for these people to do that. And from that perspective, I'm speaking out now. President Baka needs to do whatever it is to make sure that these things come to an end immediately. So let me give it back to you, Jerry.
You know, you give me a headache tonight. Like the CEO say.
Let me bring in Dr. Malley.
Thank you, Dr. Malley, for joining. You're giving me a headache tonight. What? Baka is not leading. Baka is not leader. Baka is not this. Are you kidding me? Are you?
But that's not what I said. Why you
hold on, son. No, hold on. Sir. These are the core words. These are the core words. These are the core words. These are the core words you are using. These are the core words you are using. When you are talking, Mr. Chairman, when you are talking,
now you're coming up with core words and things like that. Means you're being defeated. Go ahead, let me hear from you now.
No, I'm not being defeated. I'm not being defeated.
Why you not speaking exactly what I said? Why you said,
Mr. Baka, listen now. When you said in the election, they allowed him to lead or to win the election because they wanted him to lead. That's a statement. That's a statement.
Yes.
So, contrary to that, Mr. Baka is not now leading, and the country is in Kiev.
Well, those are your
interpretation.
Those are your interpretation.
Interpretation. No, he's a father.
Those are your interpretation. You are entitled to it. I'm not going to argue with that.
Interpretation. Okay, fine. It's entitled. So, look, let me tell you something. Let me be honest. Buckeye.
I'm bringing it out of the hole tonight. The liberal is on here. Rescue too. You're in trouble with me tonight. You're in trouble with me tonight. I'm not here to come from here. I'm telling that I'm not. Hold on, 1 minute, Jared. Please. Jared, just 1 minute. The northern politician, the northern liberal, that people can't count on. I'm waiting for him. Let him come here tonight. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jared.
Let me say this. There are three branches of government. The Supreme Court make her ruling and say Mr. Kofa is a legitimate Supreme Court, the
So let
Supreme
me
Court.
hold you right there, Jerry, please, if you don't mind. Let me
Hold
hold
on,
you.
sir. You see,
No,
hold
no,
on,
no,
sir. You
no, no.
see,
I don't want you to. I don't want you to get out of this. You just told us the
but
Supreme
you see,
Court
when
ruled.
you're
No,
talking,
hold on,
you spoke
Jerry.
for 7 minutes.
They
You spoke for
intend
7 minutes. I'm not
they
even.
intend here tonight. They intend here tonight is for you guys. I will bamboozle you to accept my argument tonight. You got no other choice. Let me hold
But
you
I'm
right
not
there.
going to do it. I'm not. You see,
Okay, well,
they
that's
become
not
a
make me.
dictatorship. They become a
Okay,
dictatorship because I'm
well,
going to buy your ideas.
that's
No,
not going to make the show sweet tonight.
yeah.
Let me ask you this,
No, it's
Jerry.
not going to fly
You
with
just
me.
told you just told
Yes, sir.
us
Go ahead.
that the Supreme Court that there are three branches of government, and but they work co-equal branch of government,
Precisely.
but they work hand in hand. And the Supreme Court told us
Yeah.
that Flantikova is indeed the speaker. Has the executive recognized that? Has the executive provided some security for the speaker? Has the executive done anything to even indicate that they understood
But
the Supreme Court ruling?
Mr. 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 Poche, you are confusing yourself because
Okay.
here you are in less than 3 minutes ago. You said when the speaker, whether it's a mandate for them to provide security, now you say they not provide security for you. So where are you? You confused. You confusing yourself.
Okay.
You
All right,
confusing
go ahead.
yourself.
We're four now. We're four now. Go ahead. Go
You
ahead.
confusing yourself. But yeah,
Okay.
what I want to say, I know the other gentleman just came in. How you doing, guys?
Yeah.
But here's the thing: there are three equal branches of government, and the people have their own rules. And this is what the Supreme Court said 33 and 39. You all have to go back into the chip. So
Or the
look,
33 and 39,
look.
the House ruling, our constitution.
But I was saying that what the premises that was the premises to make to rule. That what it make the
Okay.
premises to rule. But here's the thing: the best solution to the problem
Mm-hmm.
is the three gentlemen to
Mm-hmm.
sit down and have the Mr. Obama said they have a tea. They didn't get tea together when he made that statement at the university or Howard University to do it. So the thing here is, look, the three gentlemen have to sit down. What is in the best interest of the country? We have to put our selfish
Thank you.
ideas and selfish interests beyond us. We have to work together as a citizen of our nation, and the nation is looking up to us to lead this
Thank
country. We have to put our own selfishes and our grief on the side and lead the country. I think
thank
that's the
you.
best thing. You see what? 1 second. You see
Go
what
ahead.
happened to Donald Trump and Zelensky from Ukraine? Two of them sat down face to face. There was no security, not security were around, but two of them sat down and they make a decision. So this I
Okay.
think people need to do. These three guys need to come together. They are leaders.
Thank you.
Put everybody
Thank you.
aside and work it out.
Thank, thank you. I agree with you. I agree with you. But let me go to Dr. Malley. Let me try to shoot down your argument. I agree with it, but I'll still shoot it down. Dr. Malley, let me come to you. Kofa Flanty Kofa feel betrayed by
No,
President
you're not
Baka.
being
Let me
betrayed. Come
let
on,
me
stop that. Stop it.
let
What
me
do you mean stop it?
let me
No, that's what I want to
can
let
you
you get away with. Because
okay.
the president said that the president took
Okay,
it
give me the word that you
to
want me to use,
intelligence
and
for
I'll
that
use it.
reason.
Give me
The
the word. Give me
conspiracy,
the word.
that
Give me the
conspiracy.
word that. Give me the word that you want me to use, and I'll use it.
In regards to what? In
If
regards
it's
to
not
what?
betrayed, give me the word that I want
It
that
was
you
not
want me to
betrayed. The
use. Now.
president asked him to go to room, and the House of Representatives decided to do what he
Okay,
was doing here
let me
absent.
finish.
So it
Let
was
me
not
finish my
betrayed.
statement then
It
to
was not
Dr. Mali.
ambush. Go
Okay,
ahead, sir.
Dr. Mali, Flantikova speculation from my part. Flantikova feel betrayed by President Baka action, taking away his immunity when he knew very well that Flantikova was not removed legally. Okay, now if what Jerry is suggesting, which is noble, which is good, where is the trust that any of these people, what's his name? Kun, he doesn't trust Flantikova judgment to say we're going to sit on this man because if they believe they're going to sit on him, they think Flantikova will pull something else out of their heart and they don't want to put themselves in that position. Where is the trust among these three gentlemen for them to do the work of the Liberian people business? Yeah, talk to me, Dr. Mary. Good evening.
Good evening, Libra. First, we need to unpack a few things here. The president's statement did not say he's going to work with anybody with quorum. I did not see that in the proclamation. What I saw in the proclamation is he will work with a quorum. So that means it's optional.
But don't come here with your plenty
No. This is what.
Where the quorum coming from? It coming from heaven? Where the quorum coming from? Where the quorum coming from?
No, let's be clear.
I agree, but where the quorum coming from?
Give me a chance now. Let me land.
Yeah, but when you say all kind of stuff, that's
I don't want to go back to relitigate this issue from this. The Supreme Court has done its job. It's over.
Okay.
The Supreme Court told you and myself, I'm coming now.
Forget Supreme Court. Where is the trust?
No. I can't forget Supreme Court. It's a premise.
Okay.
We are not here to go back to Kuhn. Kuhn and his group, everything they did, the Supreme Court said is illegal. So why am I wasting my time there? So as far as I'm concerned, quorum there is illegal.
Okay.
Whatsoever there is illegal.
Okay.
All right? The president said, I will work with a quorum.
Okay.
All right? So it is now on the shoulder, as I said last night or the last time. The issue now is leadership. Kofa will have to take a bold step and let's see whether the executive will stop him. This is where I'm coming from. And besides that, what his name, Mr. Bacon, you were just talking about the issue of betrayal. Let's retrospect a bit. When Doe's wife went to the Supreme Court because of her property, and the Supreme Court ruled in her favor, Kofa was what? The deputy speaker who oversaw all these things in the first place. Where was Kofa and the rule of law and the Supreme Court verdict were never implemented? Up to today, that woman never got her property.
That's a lazy argument. Thank you very much. No, it's
now.
Lazy argument. I'm not going to. No. You're not bringing. You're not making.
No, it's not lazy argument.
Thank you. Let me go to Terry.
No. It's
a slap. You're bringing things that have nothing to do with what we're discussing.
No, but you don't want to do a
Kofa didn't do because he didn't do anything there at that time. Does it mean now that whatever is happening is correct? Okay, all right, thank you.
He's not looking for rule of law. He's looking for power.
Let me go to Terry. Thank you.
He's looking for power.
Okay, thank you. Let me go to Terry. Terry, thank you for joining me.
Why we can't express ourselves? Give us the opportunity to
No, we're not going to. This is what I'm not going to let you guys do here to me today.
What?
We have a specific conversation we're having. You're not going to be polling all these things.
No, you're not going to tell me what to say.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Miles. Thank you very much.
We got diverse views.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Miles. Very quiet. Good evening. Thank you for joining us.
All right. We'll listen to you.
We have a specific
I'm not going to go with a wavelength.
No, you don't have to. But speak on the issue. Let's
hear from you. I will live up to
Okay, Dr. Mali, I don't want to put you in the bag. Let's hear from you, Terry.
No, but you can put me in the bag. You have the opportunity. I don't care.
Okay, go ahead, Terry. Go ahead.
I'm not on your salary.
Dr. Mali, you are disturbing the show. Let's try it, Terry.
No, I'm disturbing you disturbing the show.
Terry, let's hear from you.
You betraying Buaka. You disturbing the show.
Let's see what.
Let's hear from you, Terry. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, good evening to everybody and all of that. We want to thank God for being back again. And yeah, so Liberal, you have a point, and you also don't have a point.
Okay.
The point is this, right? The point you have is strong. Like the president's speech, the president started fine by saying he recognized the Supreme Court ruling. Then he's used the word however. The word however means he contradicts. He stands as a contradiction to the Supreme Court ruling. That's the first thing. And then he said, however, the impasse in the House is now resolved. The impasse in the House is supposed to be resolved after the Supreme Court ruling. So why are you saying the impact is not resolved? Are you intending for it to not be resolved after the Supreme Court ruling? How sure are you that the impacts have not been resolved after the Supreme Court ruling? So you went ahead
That's
and
ridiculous.
Co-host, let Rescue 2 speak, please. Co-host, let Rescue 2 speak. Go ahead, Rescue.
All right.
I
Go
don't know
ahead,
why,
Rescue 2.
why you keep misquoting the president. I don't know why you're
you
doing
know
that.
then
Dr. Malley, you guys don't have
All
the floor,
right. Okay,
please.
go ahead, sir.
Go ahead, Terry. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
so
Right
that
there.
those are things, and so when he said that, it means that he took her back to the Supreme Court ruling. Number one. Number two, he talked about quorum that the Supreme Court have recognized, have taught us how to identify quorum. So he's going to work with where there is quorum.
No,
That means he's
No.
also deepening the confusion.
no, that's not what the president said.
Dr. Malley, please. You can't.
But stop misquoting the president. You stop
You're
that.
disturbing the show. Let me mute you. Go ahead, Terry.
So,
Go ahead, Terry.
so this is where liberal has a point. All right, because for the president to be compromising the Supreme Court ruling, especially with his ministers coming up to say to reject the Supreme Court ruling ahead of his speech,
Yes.
put him in a compromised position.
Mhm.
And even the last time I heard Dr. Malley even making a statement, and then later on he reneged, where he said that Geraldine Pierre came up to a position from the government and said that the people should recognize the Supreme Court ruling, which is the right thing to do. And the president came and contradicted that statement that Geraldine Pierre made.
Oh.
So
Dr. Malley, will
this
you
is
please
where,
let the guy speak?
this is where liberal has a point. And where I believe Mr. Bacon has a point is that if the president go completely with the speech, if the president goes completely with working with the Supreme Court, then it means that the president put his government at jeopardy. Why? Because the Supreme Court is also playing a deceptive game that making people to think that they're working along with the opposition. The Supreme Court, from what I've studied in recent time based upon the update, that the Supreme Court increased their salary under Rachel Kuhn Gabel. Under the illegal Gabel, the Supreme Court increased their salary, wherein the Chief Justice now makes $60,000 US, I think, per month. Under President Weah, that was not so. They couldn't even do it. They tried to do it when Honorable Kofa was Speaker, and they denied that budget. Okay? When Burma Kamara was the finance minister, that budget did not go through. But under Rachel Kuhn, under the cover of darkness, they were able to argue that budget. Rachel Kuhn passed that budget into law, and they begin to take salaries from that particular budget. Only for them to come back again and say, look, Rachel Kuhn, you are not a legitimate speaker, and everything you did under your gavel were illegal. So this is the opportunity, the window that gave the president the opportunity to swing this thing in his favor.
Yes, that's my argument.
Because he's saying that you deceive us because you went there and argue your budget and receive money, and then you come back and say this man is not speaker. Are you trying to jeopardize my government? So because you're trying to jeopardize my government, I will also throw in a ring. I will tell them that I'm not going to work with anybody that cannot raise a quorum, which I believe was a wise decision and a political decision that put the government as an equilibrium.
Thank you.
With all separate branches of government.
Thank you. Again, folks, Samson told Labrador Public Radio, the liberal is here tonight. My argument is this. Whatever happened here, I think President Baka brought that strictly on himself by listening to people. Jerry, let me put you on the spot. If you were an advisor from let me take you as an advisor to the Rome Saka, to the Vatican, what would have been your advice to the president? what should he have told Franti Kofa?
In regards to what? What is it?
When
Say, please.
they went to Vatican and that debacle started, and Franti Kofa was staying in Vatican, what would have been your advice to the president to tell Franti Kofa?
Well, I am not in a position to advise the president right now because I'm not an advisor.
I said,
I'm
what
not an
would have been? I'm not saying
advisor.
what is your advice. I said, what would have been? We're playing role here, Jerry. If you're not quite ready for us tonight, this is prime
No,
time.
I'm ready. I'm ready. But what I'm saying, listen.
Just tell us, and then we can go. You and myself can go back into our tabata. I will put
Well, listen,
I'll put a
the
music on here.
president,
I'll
he
be
went
dancing
with
to
the president. He went with the president, and what happened in the absence of the speaker. So that's number one. Number one is when the president come back. I mean, the security, the excuse me, the national security will brief him, and before he make a statement, that's what it is. That's how it works.
Okay, the information we got a long time ago, and I'll say this here now, that when Franti Kofa, when the information came out, Franti Kofa wanted to immediately to come. And according to the story, President Baka told him, don't worry, when we go, I will have it under control. That was his statement. And that's why I kept Franti Kofa there for the time he was there. Now, but that's besides the point. Let me come back to you. I don't know what Dr. Mali is running away now for. Let me see if he's still here. Oh, he ran away. He can't stand the heat. You did that, Mr. Sawyer. Got through you, cowboy, here tonight. Look at my co-host and myself. You see how we're going back and forth. That's how people have the debate. Look at Rescue 2 here, myself. We are it. That's how people have. It's nothing personal. It's nothing personal. But we're having an understanding of having a conversation. Let me come to you, Jerry. Like I said, I'm going to bring the best or the worst out of you tonight. There's no two-way street around it. Let me ask you this, Jerry. The president, at this point, as Terry correctly said, this is what I also believed. I'm hooking on Terry's word here. This is what I also believe. I think when the Supreme Court, because President Baka is quite aware of the activities of the Supreme Court with respect to Richard Combs. So the president was under the impression that if the Supreme Court is working with this guy, then he must be legitimate. And the people, and that's why I wanted to read, because the president could have rejected their budget. The president could have said, no, there's too much money. But the president said nothing. The budget went through. They got the money. And so when they came back to say this guy is not legal publicly, now President Baka is now put in the defense. And the president, Jerry, you know, he doesn't like to be in no kind of position. And he got angry, I believe. He got angry that you did business with that man, increase your salary. Now you're going to tell, now what you want me to do now? The same man you did business with, I'm going to say, I don't want to deal with you anymore. That's not sincere. And therefore, since you did that, let me throw the monkey wrench in, the President Baka would say. I will work with whatever quorum that is out there. Since you did this, fine, I agree. If Franti Kofa get quorum, I will go there. If what's his name, Kun get quorum, I will go there. That's an angry statement to the response of the Supreme Court. My argument is this. The Supreme Court is not running the country, the Republic of Liberia. If the country start going down, they're not going to call Supreme Court name. Supreme Court do not have any kind of election. You, the president, you should appoint them. And therefore, I think when they made that ruling, and for you to allow your subordinate, your cabinet minister, to come and publicly rebuke the Supreme Court, that is wrong. The international community will know that indeed your people do not respect the rule of law. Okay, one. The second thing is, even if you're not going to recognize Franti Kofa, okay, Franti Kofa, You don't, since you said you're going to work with quorum, Flantikova, no security, nothing from you. Cool. I take everything back from you. You'll sit down there, you'll fix it. When you're ready, who the real speaker is will provide the security for you. When you do that, you have become neutral. And so when you do that, people come up with Supreme Court of West Area, just say people will not take you to be angry. But Kun is still enjoying the benefit from the executive. Kun is not, I mean, Flantikova is not. People now tell you take his side again. Jerry, let me come to you. I don't know why, why Dr. Malley, you run away from me tonight. Samson too, the liberal. I don't play around. Dr. Malley, come back. Come, give me some lazy argument. Flantikova, he didn't respect the rule. That was so when you abuse somebody 10 years ago. So the law, Liberia, will allow people to abuse it now. Lazy argument. But let me go to you, Jerry. Let me ask you this. And I'm not going to say you know President Waka. Where things stand right now, you think, from your perspective, where things stand with President Waka and the whole issue? Because here's the reason I'm asking the question. You got other partners, international partners, they're watching. You got other African leader, West African leader, ECOWAS leader watching and hoping that President Waka will provide some leadership. Do you think the president providing leadership in this situation, Jerry? Let me hear from you.
Of course, yes. He provides leadership. It's obvious. But here's the thing. As we stand right now, the country is tense. Let's be realistic. The country is tense. According to reliable sources, that the coalition want to have on a demonstration, like you alluded to, it is right. And once the team then start bothering, we didn't know the reaction, how the demonstrator going to prevail, how it's going to work, and everything. I think today I watching the video. They pulled the joint security were patrolling in the street of Monrovia and all this thing. That's a different thing for us to talk about later. But here's the thing. You say the Supreme Court don't run the country. They play a significant role in our government. Yeah, why? The law the Supreme Court made is eternity. It's for life. The president can come and go. But the law that court passed, it became law of the land. There's nothing you can do to say you're going to extract it. There's nothing else. So the Supreme Court play a pivotal role in our decision making in our country. Maybe Liberian people don't know. Maybe most of our Liberian people are not aware of what the Supreme Court they play a deeper role in our government. Because any decision they make, that's why it's a landmark case, especially what we are talking about today. Another 100 years will come. If people want to do a research, or this is what happened in 2005, 2023, 2024, 25. This is what happened to the speaker. This law had consequence. Okay? Well, look, let's take something away. You talk about taking security away from the both Kun and Kofa. It's okay. We agree. The president said, you know what? I withdraw all security, and you guys just do the hour until we find it. But that's not how it works. The president said, I will work with the quorum. So far, we won't have the quorum right now. So the president is working with him. My dear brother, Terry said. So the money, if it's right, the Supreme Court judges maybe $60,000 a month. What in Liberia? A Supreme Court making $60,000 a month. Now you are here, increase your salary, and you know the budgets are passed under the law. You know it was not a legitimate sitting, and you also are beneficial to the budget, the 55th legislature, and you are enjoying the fruits. So, folks, that's why I like the dissenting opinion. Mr. The associate Joseph, basically, I can't get it correct anyway.
Basic
So,
G, basic by whatever his name is. Yeah.
okay, well, okay. I like his opinion. This is what happened. If we do that, are we sorcery? Are we sorcery to this thing here? Because here we are. So look, from the nature of this thing, when that thing happened, I said it the last time. Go play my tape. The day that envelope business came about, that the envelope business brought the whole thing. That they were in a car, if you can recall. I didn't know who were in a car that day. If you can recall. There was a gentleman passing the envelope, and they all were signing that envelope. Today, I said it, and I will also size on the show. I talk about white collar crime and organized crime. This is what's going on. We are reached to the peak of this thing about the brown envelope. Look how people are switching overnight. They're jumping out from minority to majority, majority to minority. But this is my recommendation. Final analysis. If you ask me to say about advising the president, I say, Mr. President, with all due respect, I want you, Kofa, and Kun, three of you sit down as a three individuals to come up with the ideas so we can resolve the issues. If the three gentlemen can come together and hold hands and say, Kumbaya, look, everything will be forgotten. Everybody are forgetting people. You say he came my mind, he came my part, I vote for you. And we did. So why, if the three gentlemen come together and put their hands together, cross hand one another and say, Kumbaya, Liberian people forget about it. And you know who will get credit? Huh?
The president.
The president get credit.
Exactly. Thank you. Terry, let me come to you. And that's the same question that I brought to Dr. Mali, and he ran away from me tonight. He couldn't
Oh, he
stand
couldn't
it.
run away.
He ran away. Where is he?
Come on, come back
Where
here.
is he? Where is he?
Come back
Where
here.
is he? Where he not coming
No,
back? He run
look,
away.
I'm your
Your
co-host, but you must
Rhode
not have
Island
different
people,
opinion tonight. You must have a
Rhode
different
Island
opinion.
people, your Rhode Island people. You can't. That's why I said the northern liberal. You can't trust them. Your Rhode Island people, the Mecca, he run away. He got no argument. The man got no argument.
You're the man in the state in California. You're not in Rhode Island.
No, you're not here. You're not here in California. The man in Rhode Island.
No.
Oh, you're not in Rhode Island again? Okay, that's why you run away tonight so soon. Okay. But anyhow, let me come to you, Terry. This is my argument again on this here. What Jerry is suggesting is to portray our father as father of the nation, not as president of the Republic of Liberia. Because as president of the Republic of Liberia, they will argue that he should not be involved. But as father of the nation, there's an old saying in Mandela that the old man can't stand under the palm one tree and let the chopping blade to get messy. It's unacceptable. Now, Flanty Kofa, President Baka, I believe, can use Flanty Kofa's own words to make him the bend. Because Flanty Kofa, immediately after the ruling, he went on stage and said that he will contact Kun and talk to Thomas Fala, so they can put together a reconciliation plan together to reconcile. And if that process requires him to sacrifice and removing himself, he will do so. So I think the issue now is for the president to say if what Jerry is suggesting, if that's what they go by, the president can call and say, Frantikova, this is what you said. Can we hold you to that? And if so, what are the requirements? What type of process that you want to put in place? And let's see it. Let the stakeholders see your process, how you want this thing to be resolved. Now, let me hear from you, Kun. What is the same process that you want? How do you want this thing to be resolved? I'm giving you guys 2 days each. Terry, you think about advising the president, anything will go wrong? Let's hear from you. Let's hear from you. I want you to
But
disagree with me because
yeah,
the
no,
reason
but
one of the things I noticed, and let me say this here. One of the things I noticed, and CDC people they gotta be very careful with you. The more you stay on the kind of thing, you are becoming more smarter. You are becoming more intellectually inclined. They can't make it with you. They better not try to debate you. They better not try to debate you. But let's hear from you. Let's hear from you, my brother.
labor, you gotta find point, and it's hard to disagree with you because we came to rescue. And I think this particular impasse was a challenge for the president to prove himself that he I hate to say it, but he's failing. And we can see it clearly. It's not hitting. Don't mind people talking about, oh, right now in Liberia, the quorum is the most expensive thing.
You know,
Quorum.
like brother, when they hook on a war, they work on it. What that guy, Faka, what they call you again, a football player, Bobby
Fakao.
Fakao. And like brother get hooked on a war. That's it.
So the quorum is it. But here is the thing that making it very hard for us now. With the likes of Mo Ali defending what is happening now. That they're blind, they can't see so early. That yesterday they were arguing that the CDC government was careless with the law. Today they are defending a lawless act. Can you imagine that? I listen to Amos Ware calling on OKFN. I listen to Mo Ali calling on OKFN. All of them defending Rachel Kunro. Why? Because the president is stuck. Those who advise the president advising wrongly. To be carrying Rachel Kun in an airplane, to be, to escorting Rachel Kun with all giving him all the amenities that the speaker is supposed to have, blah, 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 earlier, now put the president in a very difficult position for him to take certain actions that he's supposed to take. And that is why it makes it difficult for me to because if I want to be honest, it's hard for me to, even though I want to side with Mr. Bacon tonight, but it's difficult because we in a high zone. The president is in a high zone, and he have given all the meat on the bone to the opposition to chew. The thing here is that do they know how to chew it?
No.
Do they know how to chew it? Are they the right people in the right position? Are they using the right people to be able to pull this thing off? Because the people they presented before the Liberian people to pull this thing off, the Liberian people said, but we already know your history. We got record on all of you people. So in my opinion, is that just what you're saying, they have to sort it out wherein Honorable Kofa will be comfortable. Otherwise, they're going to mess it up big time. Because right now, as it stands, the international community watching, the Supreme Court have ruled. Whether if the Supreme Court were biased, they took a side, they did that. The rule officially is international. How can you undo that? How can you turn it around? It's not possible. So the only thing they can do is to lobby in the background and hope that the majority black hold their ground and act stubborn and push Honorable Kofa to the wall for him to resign. That all the government can only hope and pray that Honorable Kofa resign. Because anything they try to do to force anything, they will spoil the paper record. They will spoil JMB integrity record. And what I think we drag into now.
Mr. Clean record.
Yeah, we drag into the point wherein he's going to have a huge dent on his integrity record that will weaken his entire legacy.
Thank you, my brother. I think we're in a unique position to criticize because we praise and fought and people were making fun of us, ridiculing us to make sure that the government come to power and they will be successful. And so we're in a unique position to criticize. But what I believe when you brought in more Ali and Toy, you remember I had 2 weeks on Toy here one time when he disrespected John Molu. I was on here for 2 weeks because I knew then that these young people they were not serious. Now, Imran Toy and Mo Ali, they are doing a bidding for somebody higher up who have advised President Baka in a wrong way and things are going south on them, but that person can't come out to make a statement. So Mo Ali and Amos Twe, they're defending Kun, not necessarily for Kun, but because of the bad, inept advice they give to President. Not Amos Twe and Mo Ali, now, the person who gave the advice. And that person has much more, he's part of the inner circle. And so when these young people talk like this, it gave him cover to say. But one of the surprising things that I have is the like specifically for Mo Ali.
Yes.
Because during the CPP, I follow Mo Ali a lot.
Yes.
And he was always speaking the truth. He was always on the side of the law. And for me, when we had an interview with him on Falcon show, using Falcon and their TV, I told him.
What happened to that show now?
Oh, they said they give it to Noah Gilsey and what's his name,
Charles
uh,
Lobo.
John Lobo. So John Lobo and Noah Gilsey are running the show now. So that's fine. I'm glad I left before that happened. But the point is, Mo Ali, for me, I look at people like Mo Ali like a founding father,
Right.
not the founding father of the past. But now, because if you are successful in laying the structure that you've been fighting for, structure of justice, structure of transparency, the structure that you said CDC were not able to put in place, that Madam Celine, in a way, you and her fought out. They were not able to put in place. You and people like Wilmer Payden, you argue and say Madam Celine should be suspended and what have you. And now you're coming in this late hour. You were successful in bringing the father of the nation.
But liberal, did
Yes.
you see Amin Modar write up? Amin Modar had a write up.
Well, I haven't seen that.
Oh, go check on his page. Amin Modar said something. He said, "How quickly have we forgotten that we did not come here by ourselves?" He said, "We came. There were people that helped us to bring us here.
Yeah.
How can we turn our back on the people and forget so soon?" I remember that. They're going to have a problem. This is not, you see, if they even pull this off, it's going to haunt them for the rest of their leadership.
Yeah.
I agree. The president, most presidents, they will not sleep having a major opposition as the speaker in the house, but they should have left this thing, or they should have done it properly for it to become successful. But they failed the mission. So they have to take the fall. And that is what they don't want to do. And if they don't do it, it's going to hurt us very badly.
You know, what deceived them in this process, I will come to Jerry. What deceived them in the process is the fact that Flanty Kofa, they thought that he was timid. And they thought that Flanty Kofa, being someone who have issue in the United States, and therefore when they think is put in a public glaring, he will not fight back. But those of us that know Flanty Kofa trouble here in the United States, it was not because of his own pocket. The statement Flanty Kofa made to the judge, if you listen to it, you will say, wow. He said, what happened? He said, I did it for my country. I want my country to succeed. I want to make sure that I put some money in my country. I'm just paraphrasing now, but he did mention his trouble that has to do with the fact he wants Liberia to succeed. I said it again. I said it here earlier. When Flanty Kofa went to Liberia, single-handedly, what bankrolling Liberty Party. I know that because I was member of the executive when Flanty Kofa was here. And when he left, there was the president of Liberty Party USA went home for the convention. When he came back, he told us, he said, "My man, the kind of money Frankie Kofa is spending on that party," and he said, "Oh, thousands and thousands of dollars, all because Frankie Kofa wanted to make sure things happen in Liberia, even to become a representative." A lot of push from friends and family. He didn't want to go through that anyway. But that's besides the point. Let me come to you, Jerry. Let me come to you, Jerry, and I think we'll open the line early tonight. Let me come before folks. Tomorrow will be after tomorrow. I will be broadcasting from the East Coast for 2 weeks. I'm going to go see family members and friends for 2 weeks, and then I also have a funeral to go to in Philadelphia. Uh, Ambrose, I'm going to be going to Louisville. I say Louisville. I don't know what they call it, Louisville. I say Louisville. I'm pronouncing it at total man. What you want to do to me? But I'm going to Kentucky, and I'll meet Ambrose over there as well. So we'll open the line tonight. And so my Tabata going to be traveling with me to the East Coast, and I will start from there. And yeah, but let me come to you, Jerry, before I open the line. I know what is happening. It's not. It's not President Wakai. I mean, the reason I'm saying this, and then Mr. So will come here and start talking all kind of tabata. The reason I'm saying this is this. If you, during the campaign, if you were to follow President Wakai speeches, reading, it's clear. He was not faking. It's clear that indeed he wanted to help this country. Because if somebody who is faking, you can't say, I want this country to be successful and I can't do it by myself. I need all of us to come together. Somebody who is faking says, I alone can do that thing here. But he was not like that. He was always inclusive. And now he got a power. What happened? Jerry, let me hear from you on this here. What do you think we need to look forward to see? What are the signs we need to look for to see if this situation is going to be resolved quickly?
I don't know about that. Every situation, no matter how long it takes, is going to come with a resolution. And they will find a resolution. There's somebody else who will come up with a resolution. Hello. Arrogance does not pay, and selfishness does not pay. Kofa, the speaker. Hmm? Even if you are the more educated person, you have to give opportunity to other people. Not because you see you're the smarter person or because you have the finances, so you don't want to listen to nobody. That's what's going on, Kofa. How many times they are not spoken to Kofa and say, Kofa, there's a way for us to come up with a resolution. Oh, we got to go to the Supreme Court. Okay, we went to the Supreme Court. We've been at the Supreme Court. The court has spoken. Fine. You are the leader. If you are the so-called the smarter person, sit down. Make a move. You cannot dig a hole and say, I'm not going to do anything. No, that's not how it works. He's a lawyer. He knows what it is to negotiate. Negotiation. It's not from one side. Let me give you a typical example. If you're selling a house and a buyer, you're not going to meet with everybody. And the buyer will say, I'm making an offer. The seller will say, I'm making an offer. And you meet it between them. Maybe say $20,000. The other person said, no, I give you $18,000. And they say, okay, for that reason, we come up with this amount. So Mr. Kofa knows this thing. And he's a legal-minded person. He knows what it takes to negotiate. And I will hold him responsible in this manner because he's supposed to be the smarter man. He's supposed to be the legal-minded person. And he had talked a whole. He had talked a whole. Even though we know the rule of law, but it's something called common sense in the rule of law. There's a common sense you apply. If you stand before the judge and the jury, the Liberian people, now the jury, they will bring down their verdict. See where we go from here. But with this situation in Liberia, it is very tense, it's very concerning, and from a security point of view, it is very troublesome. Yeah, the reason. Even though we're in Monrovia, but what are we thinking about those are in this in a rural area? Because right now we're focusing on Liberia, we're focusing on Monrovia. And people take advantage of all the things. People take advantage. Criminality. All right. So I put on my
afraid of me.
But tonight on, you saw what I did to his body. I kick him out. He's gone. He's not coming back.
Right.
I don't hear to play around. Jerry quiet so I can open the line. Let me come in late.
It has security implication. But what happened today? Like I said, what happened today? The people patrolling the street with all the police car or army car and all this. Is it necessary? I don't know.
No. Thank you.
I don't have the detail. I don't have the detail.
You.
I don't have the detail for me to make analysis.
You're supposed to ask Joseph Boyka.
Well, but Mr. So, did we invite you in the conversation, Mr. So? Mr. So, you come in because I kick your body out, you're angry, and then try to come here to come to this.
As a president, we have to come together. Make sure everybody's going to get hurt, no matter where it goes. Kofa, anything that goes on in our country.
What do you expect? What do you want Kofa to do?
Mr. So, I don't want Mr. So will come to you.
You're not running the show, so you can't. I can't answer your question. I'm not going to dignify it. It's not your show, so I'm not going to dignify it.
Okay, I'm not going to dignify it. Thank you, Jared. Let me welcome Mr. So. Mr. So, thank you for joining us. We're now getting ready to open the line here, and the caller's going to be calling here. Anything on your plate, on your mind before we open this line up?
Oh man, my cup is just the.
Jerry,
I try to rest. I try to take a rest.
Coming to Tamatao. Watch and see.
Just right on point. I try to rest, but when I listen to your guy, Kofa should give other people a chance. I don't know what he's talking about. Kofa should give people a chance. You see, your behavior on this network is so dangerous for our country, not just only this network. And Samson told he sit here and he allows that. That is so sad. You should have the courage to tell your president the 47 years, not even 42 hours running up.
My goodness. Here we go again.
Who knows government, who knows how government works, to the extent that he undercut his own government, disrespecting the Supreme Court of the Republic of Nigeria. It's a complete recipe for chaos in the country. And then you sit down here, you say fanatic over should give people a chance. Just a boy can need to give it a chance and allow the law to take place.
Thank you, Mr. So. Let me put a number.
Why you guys are so shameless?
Thank you, Mr. So. Thank you, Mr. So. Let me put a number. Folks, there's a number that Mr. So is late. So we'll put a number. Give us a call, 533-2048.
You just can't call KS and you take off.
You're not calling no KS.
No, he's a coward. That's what he is. That's the whole thing. So forget it. Bye-bye.
Yeah, you can leave now.
I'm here. I'm not going nowhere.
I thought you said you are leaving.
Bye-bye.
See you. The co-host says bye-bye. Let me go ahead.
Your other co-host begging for the lingo. The Waterloo man.
I know. I sent it already. I sent you the stuff. Hello, caller Samson told Labra Public Radio. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
How you doing, Mr. Tour? But hey, I'm so glad I can't wait to see you on the line. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. Mr. So already calling out of my mouth. I think Jerry, I really don't agree with you on a lot of stuff. But I really appreciate you standing for the truth. But Jerry is one of the people in a causing Liberia problem. I can't believe if I don't know where you work, if somebody comes to your position, to your job right now and tell you, since you're a supervisor, go on the floor, I want to be the supervisor today, if you would take that. You know, someone will get to be truthful and just speak the truth. I know we can like
Say that again. Say that again, please.
You know, so that you say the
Supervisor,
truth, I think true.
He said, hold on, Ambro. He said that if you were supervisor and somebody came to you and said, sit down today, let me be the supervisor for a while. Go ahead, Ambrose.
Yeah, no. If you're a manager or in a position and somebody just come up to you and say, like, I just walk up to you and say, oh, you know, today I was the janitor, and say, oh, you know what, Jerry, you're no longer now the manager, you be the janitor and I will be the manager. Let's see if you accept that. And you know, it's not, I'm not making a comparison and say, oh, who is not qualified. Who is qualified to be speaker? He ran for the speaker position and he lost the election.
Thank you.
But, yeah, you know, yeah, but if you want the speaker job, this is so simple and easy. I don't know why we prolong this. If you have the number, you have the 48 or the 49. Why do you think you go take
let me merge the color, Ambrose. Hold on. Let me merge the color. Ambrose, are you there? Oh, okay. Color, I've got to call Ambrose back. Color, go ahead. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind? Color, are you there? Oh, okay. Oh, my fault, guys. Ambrose, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm right here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, I'm not going to take long on the show, so I'll put it for. But this is like this one of the easiest process. God knows the co-founder don't want to be a speaker any longer. If you have the number, you get 50, 71, whatever number, why do you think you take that 15 seconds? You just go in and then you accuse yourself and you're removing. So, you know, this is really hard. But in the terrorist are the best. This going to haunt a lot of people. And this, you know, this just like what happened in the war, the civil war in Israel. A lot of people were involved when that came for reckoning.
Hold on.
People will pay the price for this long down the road, because you get to party not going to be being government for the rest of our country.
Thank you.
But you get to party in setting a bad precedent. I think they want to rate the 2029 election. I think that's what this is. It won't
happen. Thank you. I will be there.
No. But Mr. Toll, this is, you see, you're an engineer. You know the spaghetti theory. You just throw anything on the wall and see what will stick. And whatever stick, people will say that people will not tear it. And I think that's what they're doing. They're testing the water to see, hey,
Thank you. I will be there Friday evening. When I get there, I will give you a call.
No, definitely. I'm so excited to see you.
Okay, I am too.
Okay, bro.
Thank you. All right, next caller in line. 214 number 214. Let's hear you. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind? 214 number. Can you talk?
Only 203. I don't know about 214.
Okay. All right, 203. Go ahead. 214. Just cut off. Go ahead. Let's hear from you.
Thank you very much. I'm on the show, Mr. Toll.
Can you hold on? Can you hold on 1 minute, please? Let me merge.
There we go.
Just hold on 1 minute. Just hold on 1 minute.
Doesn't want to hear that voice. Wow.
Hold on.
There we go.
Okay. Why is this thing acting up now?
Okay. Is your phone ready? The old man is
all right, okay, I'll call you back. The Korean phone is up.
Cherry, are you not saying anything to?
No, why? I come and call them back, Mister. So why are you making a big deal out of it? I come and call them back.
Wow.
But anyway,
you can be happy when you're doing that.
Let's hear from you. Let's hear from you. What you got to say? Good night. Good evening. What's up? What? As your hold on.
Thank you, the labor. Thank you, the labor.
Hold on. Let me see if I can merge this again. Hold on. Let me see if I can merge this. Okay. All right, let's go ahead. Let's hear from you. Go ahead.
So I called purposely because I didn't like the way the show went on tonight. I'll be honest with you. I think it would be better when you're having this show and you only want the Unity Party team, the surrogates of Unity Party, including yourself.
But who stop you from joining us?
No. Because you make what name? The
man can't stand the heat. That's why you ran. The Dr. Martin ran because he can't stand the heat.
when you cut him off, you keep cutting him off, but you get Terry ample time.
Dr. Mate refused. He refused to follow the rules.
No, Mr. Cho, let me be honest here. Nobody is an F on this platform. Everybody has this. Everybody has the way of articulating. Yeah, but you give Terry more time, and you cut other people who got descending view towards Terry. That's not a fair thing.
You know, we want defending the descending view. Nobody gonna stop this descending view.
The owner will not listen. He will continue to argue.
And try to go against what people preaching.
What is your point? What is your point?
My point is, if I want to go and start praising Joseph Parker, you give me 10 hours on this show to talk. As long as I'm not praising Joseph Parker, you cut me off, and that's not how the show's supposed to run.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Don't worry. I'm going to have an emergency meeting.
Thank you for your suggestion.
The reason I call is
the other Tabata is talking that I'm reason you call. You got different reason.
The reason I call is I listen to you and Terry try to polish things but also make it dirty again. Yeah, I always want to shift the blame from Mr. Clean to his advisor. Joseph Walker being an experienced person according to y'all pushed the narrative for almost I don't know how many years that this man is blameless. He's got everything perfect for him. He come to office to make political decisions. And he failed miserably. And you're putting it on his advisor. Are you guys trying to hide your guilt? You're putting it, you said no, not a man.
You see, who said we're guilty? Who told you we're guilty?
You're guilty because you're so bad brother. Very bad brother.
The tabagi we sell y'all will eat it for a while. You got 4 years to eat it.
You're bleeding a poor advisor. You can listen to me. You don't have to take my advice.
Okay, thank you, Walter Cutter. Join me tomorrow. Please join me tomorrow. Thank you very much.
I will try to join you.
What do you mean you will try? Join tomorrow. Okay, let me go to Julu. Julu, thank you. Julu, let's hear from you.
Yeah. How you guys doing? I'm calling from Virginia. My name is Jonathan.
Okay.
Labor.
Yes.
It is getting serious. Joseph Walker cannot respect our highest court in the country. It's getting serious. This is getting serious. Putting how many people outside trying to scare people, you're not going to scare people. You will not scare people. You're not going to help his government. The international community is looking at you. I don't know. I don't know what to tell Mr. Walker. The court have ruled. You need to enforce the law. And to me personally, if somebody is brought in illegal, the person need to be arrested and face the court. If he brought him in illegal, that's why he is backing this man and he pushing our country to the other side of the wall. Then we need to say the truth here. And tonight you said the truth. And I need to listen to people that are talking. Please, I beg you, Braga, you shouldn't take our country back to the 1989.
I don't think, Julu, on a very serious note, just stay here 1 minute. I don't think Honorable Baka will want to do that. This man is a very peaceful man.
How can you call him
Mr.
peaceful?
So, will you please let me talk to my audience?
No, but you got to be honest.
Mr. So, don't worry about it. Just let me make
I'm not worrying. I'm not worried about you.
Hold on, Julu. Let me deal with him a little bit. What make you think when I say he's peaceful? You say he's not
He
peaceful.
is
That's
not
not
peaceful. Don't say that.
To me, he is. Because I can't say he's not peaceful, but to you, he's not. But to me, he is. So please, let me speak my mind. Let me just say this. You can get Fernando Judgment Day by President Dr. Baka is peaceful. Let me tell you now. Let me know on a very serious note. This man, I think you yourself. I mean, you're a very sharp shooter. I mean, you don't quote nothing. You don't sugarcoat anything on this platform. You say as it is. You say as it is. But let me just say this. For the president, I think, and Walter Cutter trying to say that we have no reason to say people. He have handlers. He have people who advise him. He's not making the decision all by himself. And I strongly believe, those who are advising him are not giving him the right advices. And that's my opinion. But let's hear from you anyway. Go ahead.
Let me say this.
The
The
old
same
man.
people that advise go today, I don't go to agree to this.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that the same people in
I
the same
agree
people
with
that advise Calcutta today,
I agree with you.
50 years in prison.
I
So
agree
that
with
the
you.
same people will come back.
I
This
agree
is
with
the
you.
same thing we have been saying.
I agree with you.
I don't know what's wrong with I don't know what's wrong with our own president
Go
with
right
the
in the key.
struggle that they do. No, I'm serious. Something that have the potential to bring the government down, and the one you playing fun with.
No,
I
no.
think like
Somebody wrote something here about Mr. So. Is it Mr. So?
So
You
then,
need to go back
this
in.
guy little
Yeah.
petty thing here. What kind of man is this?
But anyway, you got Mr. So number now for that. You and him. Oh, okay.
I'm saying that
He trying to distract you so you can't
Hold on,
talk
Mr.
if you
So.
want to
Hold
talk.
on now. Hold on, Mr. You say what the problem?
the company are trying to order the computer for are trying to change the address, but it's not allowing me, so I need to call customer service to see if
What state are you? What state you in?
I'm in Virginia.
Virginia.
I go to DC in Maryland.
Okay, but you're far away from. Okay, let's do this.
I'm coming to Philadelphia on the first. I'm not far away from Philadelphia.
So you're coming to Philadelphia on around the 17th?
I can come to Philadelphia anytime.
Okay, I'll be all right. Okay, I'll be in Philadelphia. I'll be in Philadelphia. On my way driving there, I'll give you a call, and then maybe you and I can arrange that.
Okay, but so you tell me that, let me put it on so you can come to my house.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Do it that way.
Come to my house. I will text Mr. So and let you know that the people say will be here so.
Yeah. Okay.
When it gets to you, just let me know. Don't forget about the old man.
I'll try to
All right.
try to do it. Okay. I'll be in Philadelphia. I'll come in Philadelphia on the first two.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, but if they think there we go. That one that I want many. But if the team get there before the first, call Mr.
Call me. I read that to Philadelphia. I'm not far away.
Okay, if they get there, well, we have our station manager who is stationed in Philadelphia. Mr. So can get you the address and you can meet with him. He's the station manager.
Okay, all right. I saw you come there. I can let him know.
Yeah. Okay.
No problem. I can do that.
All right. Thank you for your help. Yeah. No, we'll do our best.
For me, I don't sugarcoat anything.
Yeah.
They left for me. Let it 40 times they come together and put my power together and get that cool.
Good night. Bye-bye. Good night. Let me pick up the other caller. Caller, what? Aaron Barbara, I'll be calling you if you're listening. I'll be calling you. Caller, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind? Yeah, go ahead, Clarence. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for the show. You know that yesterday on the CEO show, I thought that Malay yesterday today would be a rescue team show. You put a man behind a hall, not garage, or you put him behind a hall, grandma, and you say, you know, to can't
Hey, come here.
That why I did tonight?
If a guy, you were on the rescue too, and the co-host and myself, we are having exchanging hard information, arguing with each other, and he come bring talk and you argument. He run away straight.
You know, the boss of singer, you got a son, they call it brother. And so they only get back.
Go ahead. Let's hear from you, my brother. Let's hear from you.
Thank you for the show. You know, the more worrisome thing about the COFA issue and people are not thinking on. If the majority group today they remove Francis COFA, you know that Francis COFA can no more serve as speaker of the country anymore.
Yeah.
These are the things that means annoying. This means not just ordinary person like Jack come from local jail. Who started law if people are trying to play more intelligent? But in so doing, the money in which the country is going, to me, that because put their desire on one side and come together as a team. Because if the country keep down with all the threat that the opposition are giving that one, I know that plot they're making down there. But by right, Kofa have been recognized by the Supreme Court. So you should fight hard. I don't see on the thing of me whether he will get a number and get it to conduct that. But we all should pray for our country because that is not what we want to see like Europe going. If something goes on there, everybody will be affected, regardless of you're in the opposition or in position. Everybody will be affected because the looter will not be among the people. Things will go on wrong.
Thank you.
In the hypocrisy about something about official in the government is that even the Supreme Court judge, listen to the same CNN made. CNN said not everything that money can buy. So who you were talking to? Why the leader sometimes you can do in the interior they say what made the government direct control we it's a shame. One thing the president made us say that. It is Chief Justice is saying that not everything that money can buy. That means she tried to implicate the president getting into the saying that president did find me to bribe them.
The president is
But
already
thank you for
dead.
the show, Mr. Tor.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah,
Okay, guys, let me call Aaron Bropler. Let me call Aaron Bropler. Hopefully he will answer the call. Let me call Aaron. Okay, guys, give me 1 minute. Let me talk to Aaron Bropler. Aaron, good evening. I saw your missed call. Were you calling to talk on the radio show, or are you calling to praise the liberal?
Praise the liberal for what?
Okay.
How you doing, Mr. Tom?
Thank you for joining us. What's on your mind?
How you guys doing? You know, I was listening to the show and, you know, I'm sitting here and just confused about all the analysis and stuff like that. I know you sent Mr. Malley home. I know why you did that, but that was wrong. You didn't bring the man back. Yeah.
Why did kick him out? Kick him out for what?
Let me just say something.
I'm about to kick himself out.
Let me say something to Mr. Michael. You know, these things that you're doing, Mr. Michael, you know, you're not the only person. You go on the shows, you hear the same thing as well. Even on the Spoon Talk, where people think the president has nothing to do with what's going on. He's just sitting in the back, you know, he's the father of the nation and things like that. You know, you're making people to know that the president is not even in charge of his own country. This is one of the most disorganized branch of government I've seen, the executive branch. I'm telling you. Very, very disorganized. Okay?
More disorganized than President we are government?
We're not talking about President Weah. You're right in the shape now. You're dealing with you're one of the more organized people with a 42-year experience. So, I mean, what we see now, we never even saw it in a 1-year experience person. But anyway, let's get to the point. You know, Mr. Bacon sitting here talking about the educated man in a room should make a choice. So, is he telling us that the 42 years experience, governmental experience person, shouldn't make a choice as well? I think the first thing that Mr. Wagner would have done was to, when the Supreme Court ruling came up, to right away come up and say, we accept the ruling. You know, that acknowledgement you're talking about, you know, acknowledging something and accepting something are two different things. Two different things. He came out and talking about they acknowledged the ruling, but they were going with quorum. I mean, who be writing these kind of things for the old man to read? Who be writing these kind of things? First, if the people told you anything you're doing now with Richard Kuhn is ultra-virus, it's unconstitutional. Are you not listening to that? What the people should tell you? You said if even the people get all the 72 lawmakers beside Kufa, they still got to go over Kufa to make it legal. What else the people should tell you? This is not something that we should be talking about, Mr. To. You let me to come on the show and speak to your leader and say, look, you need to tell the people, let them go back over there. If they got it number, let them go back over there. And Charlie said it right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, kind of way. The man of brother, they never knew all the experience the government experience they had, but the kids of Fako, they never knew how to even move a speaker. They're struggling with it. And
Thank you.
now they will take the blame.
Thank you.
Even, I agree with Terry 100%. If they even succeed, okay, I would say, speaker over, this stuff will still drag on with this government, especially the executive branch. It will still drag on with that. I listened to, let me finish. My last point, I'm sorry. I listened to 45 minutes today talking about they went to the Supreme Court for re-argument. How you going to go somewhere for re-argument to a ruling that you say you even agree with?
That would be my show tomorrow. Please don't preempt my show. That will be my show tomorrow. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. All right. Okay. Folks, good night to all of you. That will be the last caller. Let me go now to Terry. Terry, the only reason why I'm coming to you, because the CEO, Ometry beat yours down. So I'm calling him because his Ometry beat your time. So he thought then my co-host would take us home. Let's hear from you. Close out, Terry.
Yeah, I think the president, need to work on most of those things because he's giving too much red meat to the opposition. And whether you like it or not, if the opposition do take this thing and turn it around, the very same people we don't want to see back in power may likely come back to power.
Oh, that's a you making that kind of statement, Terry, then we're in trouble. Because
But
all alone you don't believe that. But anyway, go ahead.
to be honest, the president is doing very well, and I heard when it comes to the work when it comes to putting the country back on the right path, the president is doing excellent job. People are not complaining about current. They're saying, in fact, there's a lady who said she was praying for the current to go. The current is stable. The roads are being restored. So the people minds, they are being refreshed, they are being restored. But the area that the president is messing up big time and giving the opposition the red meat to chew is the era of the rule of law and other things. And that's the reason why I never wanted them to succeed Nima, because Nima have given them hope to believe that they still got the numbers. They still have the political capital. And I think that is not a good position for us to use that to twist the law. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Rescue 2. Thank you very much. Let's hear from you, Mr. So.
This is just sad to have two older folks misleading another older man who should be making sound, good decision for the country, but everything is hallelujah. I'm wondering, for you to come sit down here and praise more Ali than in good society, in good government. He does not have the moron to this is a man who was leading a young female literally in death. And they are the one advancing Joseph Boycott. That's some of the problem. You here in this government, what that kind of thing he did, you think he would be close to government to get him there? This is what we're getting. And the thing is funny. And you sit down here, when you sit on this network to speak the truth, I don't know whether you guys are paid agent and that's why you're doing what you're doing. You go ahead. Like Charles Taylor did that.
Charles Taylor, I'm making my question. You won't know it.
Why would I know? I know. Let me make I'm not here for it. I'm not going to waste my time on you guys because you will never change. Like people think, I call it say, or marrying or whatever in the streets, and he thinks he get the law. And that's what Charles Taylor did. Charles Taylor talk. He was the only King Kong, and he decided to go arrest Roosevelt Johnson. Warlord want to arrest Warlord, and we saw what happened April 6th. You cannot tease people or you cannot bully people. That country is a fragile country. You all know that, and you should be able to say that. This old man is anyone who tries to mess around the constitutions of a country, you are leading the country into crisis. I don't know how many what kind of language. Maybe you will Sierra border right closer to him. You will go there and go sit down. It's dangerous, and we have to say it. We will tell you people it, whether you like it or not. We're not going anywhere. Some of you are not even in the country anyway, so you don't even know what I'm talking about. We went through it, and everybody went through it. I'm not sure whether you were even there, so he doesn't know what it looks like. Let him sit down there, bushy band, Keita, bushy band, or Jabate then to be advancing, and then you come here, you other person too. You come here, the people around him, who brought them, who knew them. He brought them, or he doesn't know who they are.
Thank you. Your time
You
is
guys
giving
are
is
completely
over.
disgraced.
Thank you. Thank you for recognizing our talent. We're disgraceful talent people. Thank you very much. You're here sitting on the gavel of the co-host, because if he whatever he don't want to tell me I was going to kick you out. He said no, let him go because of his
you're kicking out. You know what I'm gonna do?
because of his generosity. That's the kind of people we are. Let's hear from your co-host.
In fact, I'm gonna conduct. There will be a special select committee. I've been receiving messages. Your action tonight to the independent co-host.
Independent. They ain't coming again tomorrow.
I want to talk to Terry. Gonna tell me exactly what happened, because I'm not gonna rely on. I'm not gonna get anything out of Jerry back on. I'm not gonna get anything out of Jerry back on. Okay. Because Jerry over forget.
Jerry on the seaside. Okay, but let go closer for us.
Wow, this is unbelievable.
Look, first of all, I want to say this. We have not been hearing from Mr. Emma George for a very long time. I hope he's doing well. I just thought about him. He's one of the person that always been on the show when I came in. So I know he's not feeling well. We are thinking about you. We're praying for you every day.
Thank you.
In conclusion, Mr. Boakai, I'm not worried about 2029. Look, we're on hands. That's what we're going to deal with first of all. So,
the puppy not tell you not going.
Go ahead.
You're not going 2029.
No. Listen, we still got more time. So that's not the thing I'm going to worry about right now. There's more time ahead of us. So that's not something that I'm going to think. But look, we're not even read 2027 yet, 2028 or 2025 or 2025, 2026, 2027. Look, Liberian people, listen, Mr. Wakai want to do the rescue. He came to rescue. The evidence are there. You're seeing the roads are going. You see, so things are changing. Current situation, the roads from Moravia all the way to what is it, in Canton, I'm sorry, in Tabata. So things are working out. Oh, Mr. Bakana flogged you 3 times. You want 2023.
I come and shake you up, Jerry. Listen to read the other one. They say you want somebody to see this.
I didn't see this.
I want to see
We don't want to see you. But go ahead.
But look, listen. 3 times. 3 times. Each time they found a coup d'etat, they failed against the old man. 3 times. General election. 2 senators in a row. What legacy? What legacy? I'm not even going to dignify during their administration. I'm not going to call it any. During the administration, they lost all the midterm election, all the how you call this by election. They lost all. So I'm not even going to dignify. So what guy is His Excellency? It's the man that we need. It's the man that doing a great job. Mr. Buckeye, salute to you. Soon night. Talk to you. Bye.
Thank you. The man tired, face straight. Are you still here, CEO?
I'm looking at different things. You guys,
Thank you.
You
Thank
guys
you.
are
You can try your face from now to judgment day. You put Pastor Lee in your face with show. So that one by you crack it with
Jared,
Pastor Lee.
thank you
You're
very much.
You brought Judge Weir and you left him rest out the river.
Yeah, but that's it. But the child, listen, the child, I can't listen. You let them go, let them feed it themselves. Where is he?
Now I'm convinced why Judge Weir didn't want to listen to you because you are not even
No.
That's the same thing you're doing.
No.
Good night, Mr. So. Good night, Jared. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much, guys. Jared, thank you. Thank you, Jared. Again, folks, Samson to Labro Pub Radio. Wonderful. What kind of mind on my face? Wonderful show tonight. We want to encourage all of you to please join us tomorrow. We'll be truthful. He's our president. He's the father of the nation. We'll be truthful. And I hope that the president will somehow listen as well. But we're here on this platform. We will do our best to make sure we get information to you guys. We're not going to agree on a lot of stuff all the time, but that's okay. That's what make LPR the best. Again, Samson told Labro Pabrito, I will say good night to all of you. Let's continue to pray for one another. It's better that we do that than to have a chaotic situation. We pray that will not happen. Not under this government. We will do our best. Again, Samson told, good night, folks.
Where's the people? I'm back like you, man. I'm